Multiverse Nation! Welcome to Mr. Multiverse, where you can read you don't have to read comic books, but it sure does help. I'm your host, I'm not Tom Grossi, you should subscribe to him if you're a sports fan, Multiverse. And today we're going to be talking about some news that came out earlier this week. I didn't get around to it. I'm also going to talk about some more Comic-Con news in another video. Basically, kind of giving my thoughts on something I was kind of waiting a trailer for. But watch this. I'll do my video and then they'll release a trailer later tonight. Because of course they would. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm going to be talking about the Exorcist sequel. I'm going to be yes, there's been a lot of rumblings about a Exorcist remake, but now it's been officially revealed that we are not getting an Exorcist reboot. We're getting an Exorcist sequel by David Gordon Green, who's done the new Halloween trilogy. Or is doing the current Halloween trilogy. So, yeah, it's also going to be a sequel in that it's very much like the new Halloween movies that he's directed, where it disregards all the continuity beforehand and focuses solely to be a sole sequel. It's very much what a lot of horror movies are doing in general. That's what Candyman is doing. That's what they've done with a lot of other horror movies. Even Jurassic Park did that. Kind of. They're still wishy-washy on Isla Sorna, so we'll see what happens in Dominion. But what do I think of this? What do I think of this whole thing? I personally dig The Exorcist, although I do scoff when people say, oh, it's the scariest movie ever, it's the scariest horror movie ever made, and to which I laugh in Japanese horror, because I guarantee you, Exorcist, though it may be scary, does not hold a fucking candle to half the movies in Japan or South Korea. Seriously, go watch Audition. Because I sure as hell can. I watched it once. I can't do it again. It flayed my nerves. Also, go watch, like, Gojiram, Haunted Asylum, or fucking, House. It literally, any of those movies, you're not ready. You think, oh, I watched The Exorcist, so I'm totally ready to watch some Japanese horror movies. No, you're not. No, you're not. You will never be ready for that shit. And I'm not talking like, the Grudge or the original Grudge or Ring movies. I'm talking about the real shit. I'm talking about the movies that make you go, I don't want to be here no more. Anyway, but we're not here to talk about that. So, let's get back to the let's get back to the task at hand. And the task at hand essentially is that what this is like I said, a direct sequel, and we'll disregard 2 and 3. Now, admittedly, it's all nice that we can all forget Exorcist 2, The Heretic, but it is kind of saddening because I really love Exorcist 3. I know it's a very underrated movie, and while it's not as up there with Exorcist, the original movie, it's a better Exorcist 2 than Exorcist 2. And also has probably one of the best jump scares in any, film. I dare you to look at a better well-timed jump scare than that movie. And George C. Scott really brings it. It pisses me off that, he was overlooked for anything and got a Razzie for it, which I was like, that's bullshit. This was some great stuff. Anywho. So, with this being a direct sequel, I'm wondering if we're going to get Linda Blair back for that. I am very curious if we are going to get Linda Blair back for this film. I think that would be kind of cool to see her come back to all of that. It does bring up, now that the slate is clean, what do we do now with the other characters? Do we bring up, relatives of, Karis? Because I think in the book, originally, Karis did have siblings, and he did have, nieces and nephews. So, would it be at all possible to do something and use a bit of the book? Again, I haven't read the book, but what I've heard is that Damien Karis did have, siblings who had kids, and maybe you could have, one of them, Karis's nephew became a priest to follow in his uncle his uncle's footsteps or something like that. Something of that nature. Could we see, like, Reagan's daughter? Like, if Reagan has a kid, a son or daughter being possessed, like, Pazuzu has found his way back to her in some way. Like, The Exorcist, since The Exorcist was, like, done wrong, like, The Exorcist kind of failed in a way, and if Karras just hadn't brought the demon into him, it wouldn't have, when the demon went into him, it's now been looking for, Reagan. I don't know, like, that's all we really know. I'm just giving you, like, the initial thoughts. I do think this is a smart move. I'm also glad that, like, like I said, I am sad that we're not getting a direct sequel. We're not going to be in continuity with Exorcist 3. It is cool that we're not getting a remake either. Like, I do like this new trend for horror movies where we're not going to remake anything anymore and kind of play on the nostalgia factor and play more with that universe rather than retool everything. And again, David Gordon Green has shown that he can bring back a horror icon and make it completely badass. So I'm not terribly concerned about that. So I'm totally fine with that. With this new clean slate, and it does, like, leave a lot, like, okay. And though I will say that they won't have William Peter Blatty. He did not give his consent on the new film, so that sucks. I forgot to mention that earlier, but yeah, that does kind of suck. But all in all, I am curious to see how this goes. So you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this new film for The Exorcist? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? Just a quick video I wanted to put out there, because I think this is the first time I've ever talked about anything Exorcist, so I'm very curious, and if anyone's read the book, can anyone confirm that siblings thing for me? Anyway, so once again, just comment below, let me know, and once again, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.